Let's move on now. The other big story that we are following, they're a poor family. Their 14-year-old daughter was murdered in the Lakhimpur Kheri district of Uttar Pradesh 4 days ago. Her body found hanging from a tree at a police station. The prime suspects are police officials. In spite of all the odds, SONAM'S family is determined to fight for justice for their daughter. Her mother can't read or write, but she refuses to give up in the face of threats and even after a bribe offer of 5 lakhs to keep quiet. A team of the National Human Rights Commission is visiting the family. The NHRC team met them late last night and is meeting them again today. After national outrage over the murder and the alleged rape, the Mayawati government has cracked the whip, arresting 4 police officers, transferring the SP and ordering a CBCID probe. The vaginal swab of the murdered 14-year-old girl will be sent for further tests. And Anant Zanane sent us this report where there are, as we said, contradictory versions of what really happened on Friday night.
There are contradicting versions to what really happened last Friday when 14-year-old Sonam was brutally killed and allegedly raped by policemen in the Nighasan police station. We have, after speaking to the family members of Sonam, arrived at a sequence of events that could have led to her brutal killing and her rape. Well, what essentially happened was that around 11 o'clock in the morning, Sonam, along with her younger brother, 5-year-old Arman, strayed into this part of the police station to fetch their cattle which had come into this area to actually graze. And that's when her brother was apparently chased by policemen. He returned home, informed his mother, and that's when Taranum actually started to look for Sonam. It was this room that Sonam's family claims the crime was committed in. Yesterday, senior officials of the Mayawati government were present here. The family took them around the crime scene, and this is where they landed up. This particular room was locked yesterday. The lock was broken open using an axe, and some evidence was also gathered from this particular room. Apparently, there were some blood stains on the floor which was scraped using a spoon, and then that evidence was gathered and sent to a forensic lab for tests. It was from this point where 5-year-old Arman was actually chased away by policemen, and when he returned home, he informed Taranum, his mother, that Sonam was being assaulted by policemen inside this particular room. After Sonam was allegedly raped and murdered, her body was dragged from this room to this tree, which is inside the compound of the police station. As you can see, it's right adjacent to this room where she was allegedly killed, and her body was left hanging from that portion of the tree. We do not want to venture into that side of the area because it is a crime scene and we do not want to disturb the crime scene. But what we are told by the family members is that the body was located by her mother Taranum, and she was in a way half suspended from a portion of a tree about 4 feet tall, and she claims that the police had initially said that her daughter had committed suicide, a claim which was found to be wrong even in the second post-mortem. And that is what the family is saying, that their daughter was raped and murdered in this room, and then her body was dragged from there to this portion of the police station area and was left hanging. These sequence of events have been compiled after speaking to the family members, and the CBCID is already conducting an investigation into the case, and it remains to be seen when they actually come out with their report whether these sequence of events actually concur with the family's version of how things unfolded last Friday. With camera person Ramesh Verma in Lakhimpur Kheri, Anand Zanane for NDTV.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.